I've seen what you've done, Caroline. There's not much in the papers. Let's make him work harder for his dollar, shall we? 03453 009956. Dirty sheets and horrible twins. All of that after the news with Chris.
Thank you very much, Iain. Good afternoon. A £5,000 reward's been offered for information to trace Wolverhampton murder suspect Dylan Jackson. Jackson's wanted in connection with the murder of Herman Louis Simpson, who was killed a week ago on Monday. The 47-year-old father of one was a former music teacher. He was found stabbed to death at his Compton Road home in Wolverhampton. Pauline Hadley is the regional manager for Crime Stoppers. She says someone will know where Dylan Jackson is.
But Phil, they don't want to go to the police to tell them. So if they don't, then we ask them to contact the charity Crime Stoppers, because we can 100% guarantee the anonymity of anybody who gives us information. We don't know who they are, have no way of finding out who they are.
A man from Stourbridge has been arrested on suspicion of Syria-related terrorism offences. The 18-year-old was detained yesterday at an address in Lye. Police also seized computer equipment, which has been taken away for forensic examination. The man has since been released on bail. Ed Miliband says David Cameron is partly to blame for the migrant crisis in the Mediterranean. The Labour leader says the PM failed to support Libya and build stability after bombing the country in 2011 to help remove former dictator Colonel Gaddafi. The Conservatives, though, have called his argument shameful. Europe's biggest bank, HSBC, is considering moving its headquarters out of the UK. It says it's because of tougher regulations and rising costs. This is what the Chancellor, George Osborne, said at an event in Longbridge this morning.
HSBC are very clear. They are warning about the future direction of regulation and taxation, and they're warned about an anti-business environment in our country that would mean lots of companies, not just HSBC, would consider where they're going to put their investment, where they're going to create their jobs. It is a very timely reminder of the economic choices at this general election.
Well, HSBC said last month that it was to relocate the head office of its UK retail bank to Birmingham by 2019 in a move that will see 1,000 jobs transferred from London, and we're told any decision to move the actual headquarters out of the UK wouldn't affect that. Around 25,000 women in Birmingham are the victims of domestic violence every year, with only a third getting help. The figures come from the Accord Housing Association, which says more needs to be done. The West Midlands Housing Group is hosting a conference in the city today, looking at services available and how more victims can be encouraged to get help. And Aston Villa have been allocated 25,000 tickets for the FA Cup final at the end of May. The players will also walk out at Wembley in claret and blue, as they've been given the same kit choice and dressing room as the semi-final. Fans will also be in the West Stand. The game takes place on Saturday, May the 30th. It's a 5:30 kick-off. Tickets go on sale on Tuesday. And the weather, cloudy with some patchy rain this afternoon, highs of 17 Celsius, 63 Fahrenheit. It'll be a cloudy evening, some rain at first. Most places will become dry overnight, though, with lows of 9 Celsius, 48 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, some warm spells of sunshine. Showers could be around in the afternoon, though, highs of 16 Celsius, 61 Fahrenheit. Rain Sunday morning, but that should clear by the afternoon. And that's your news for the West Midlands. It's 3 minutes past 2.
Friday afternoons with Iain Lee.
Oh.
BBC WM
No.
95.6. Your voice in the West Midlands.
The HSBC might be moving, might they? Because of the tougher regulations, will they? That's the HSBC that are being investigated because of £77 billion worth of money that they're not quite sure where it is. That's that HSBC, is it, guys? Because of the tougher regulations, it makes it so much harder to access those Swiss bank accounts. Bye! Bye! Afternoon, this is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. I'll be honest, very, very quiet day in the papers. And I mean a very, very quiet day. There's nothing going on at all. And you notice, for the election, you know what I've noticed about the election now is it started off with they would come out and the papers would print, well, Labour plans to do this for the NHS and the Tories plan to do this, but Nigel Farage says he'll do, and it was all about the policies. Now what they're doing is they're just putting pictures of the politicians' faces in inappropriate places. Have you seen that? They had loads of Ed Miliband's. I think it was yesterday. One as Daniel Craig. One as they're just putting his face on different things. And a very funny picture of Alex Salmond wearing a kilt. I know. It's the Scottish national dress. Indeed, I have worn a kilt. But let's be honest, guys. Nobody looks cool in a kilt. Nobody looks cool in a kilt. I went to a wedding and we were encouraged to wear kilts. I was the best man. I had no choice. And yeah, we did it. We all went pantless. But when you're... I nearly said tossing the caber, and I didn't mean that. When you're doing the Highland fling, that's it. Those kilts, they flap up. So does everything. Jeez. There's not a lot in the paper. There's nothing in the papers at all. If you've got any suggestions of what we can talk about, 03453 009956. 6 minutes in, and I'm already begging for you guys to call in. No, never begging. Here's something, actually. Hey, by the way, have you seen the front page of The Sun? Shock horror, pop star may take drugs with girls in hotel room. What the heck? No! That doesn't happen. 81333, start your text. I'm just building up to starting the show, guys. Bear with me. So it turns out you're all dirty. More than half of Brits. That's us. We're the Brits. Were you proud to be a Brit yesterday? St George's Day. Did anybody do anything for St George's Day? You see the pictures in the middle of the sun. Let me just, before we go to the story about dirty sheets, the pictures in the middle of the sun. Right. Where is it? I can't find where it is. Anyway, there were pictures in the sun, page 20 and 21. That's it, of course. Of people, how people said we've got the best pictures of you celebrating St George's Day. Now, I was in London yesterday. London. I didn't see nobody. No, tell a lie. Outside one boozer. You know, outside boozers now, they have their bit of the pavement cordoned off. They put tiny little flags of St George on that. And that was it. That was the only thing I saw. Didn't see anything else. Because no one's bothered about it. Really. And you will get people saying, well, hang on, we are British and we should... we are English, excuse me, and we should celebrate our English Day. It's not fair that the Irish got St Patrick's Day and they go nuts for it. You know the reason St Patrick's Day is so successful, don't you? It's the same reason Father Christmas wears red, because a drinks company got behind it. That's all it is. A drinks company got behind it. Guinness got behind St Patrick's Day and thought, right, how can we... I know what. Let's get people to wear giant foam hats and carry giant plastic inflatable Guinnesses. Guinea. Pigs. No one cares about... I don't get these. Oh, you should be so proud to be English. Well, what, by getting drunk and having a fight? I don't... Saints above, even selfie Queen Karen covers up in flags. So these are the best pictures that the Sun have managed to get hold of from people celebrating St George's Day, right? Karen Danchuk taking a selfie. I mean, guys, come on. If it's a day with a Y in it, then Karen Danchuk is going to take a wide-eyed selfie. What other pictures have we got? Well, OK, Paul Collier. Paul Collier takes the mick while working in Scotland. He's a big lad, but he's out of shape. He's naked and he's got the flag of St George in front of his dingle-dangle. Let's see St George kill that snake. So there's that. And then there's two pictures, right, of just two families sort of by the seaside, but not near enough to be actually on the beach. They're sat quite some distance away from the seaside. And you kind of think, what? How is that celebrating St George's Day? Donna Adele and her daughter enjoyed the Morecambe Bay sunshine. No, the picture of the flag or a cross or anything like that. The one I do like is Barnaby Skews. Now, that's a made-up name, isn't it? He's in a mobility scooter. I love mobility scooters. I don't think they're safe vehicles, but I think they're fun to drive. And what he's done is he's made the front of his column, his steering column, look like a horse. I don't think that's safe. And he's wearing a mask and carrying a sword. Now, if you saw that driving down the road, you would... And that's it. That's all they've got. Oh, well, yeah, you know, it's blooming liberal lefties, BBC, you know, who are making out it's racist to celebrate. No, it's not racist, it's just boring. No one's interested. Ah, well, you see, people think you're racist if you celebrate. So, no one thinks you're racist. They think you're just wasting your time. No one thinks you're racist. Ah, well, you can't say nothing these days because you're accused of being racist. Well, you can't say nothing that's racist. Yeah. Oh, you can, but you will be called a racist. Most other things you can say. Oh, you can't say nothing these days. You get accused of being a racist. Well, yeah, if it's a racist thing you're saying, then guess what, guys? Yeah, you do. 03453 009956. No, what I was going to start the show with, more than half of Brits do not wash their bedding every week. Well, simple question. First question, first cab off the rank on this one. When was the last time you washed your sheets? Very, very simple. I don't do it every week. Every fortnight. I have been known to go a month. I have been known to wear my jeans for 6 weeks. And the way I know that I should wash them is if I'm sat in my car and I smell. And I put my head down and I sniff my knee. And if it smells unpleasant, then wallop. The jeans go in the wash. More than half of Brits do not wash their bedding every week. Tell me something I don't know. I think 2 weeks is the optimum bed linen washing time. When was the last time you washed your sheets? 03453 009956. 81333, start your text WM, or if you want it, I mean, you could email ian.lee, IAIN.LEE at bbc.co.uk.
I like it, Paul.
us. Bye, HSBC. Bye, guys. Bye. Dirty sheets. And anything else you found. Listen, if you're new to the show, it's not one of those. It's not one of those shows where I come in with my list of things and we go, right, for the first hour, imagine you're down the pub with your mates, right? And you meet your mates and you meet them at 8 o'clock and you're going to be with them until 11 o'clock, right? And you say, OK, guy, you turn up, just bang on 8. You say, right, guys, for the first hour, I thought we could talk about immigration. And then right, at 9 o'clock, you stop and go, right, we've stopped talking about that. Between 9 and 10, we're going to talk about NHS. And then at 10, you stop and you go, right, guys, for the last hour, a bit of light relief. Ever fancied your mother-in-law? Which actually isn't a bad phone-in. Ever seen your mother-in-law... Ever seen your mother-in-law naked? I have. Eddie?
Hello?
Are you married?
Ex.
Marks the spot. You've not murdered her, have you?
Divorced.
Did you ever see your mother-in-law naked?
You must be flipping joking. No thanks.
I saw my mother-in-law. Well, we live near my mother-in-law now, and we didn't used to. And so she would come and stay sometimes, and she would sleep in the living room. We'd make a nice bed out of the sofa, and she would sleep in the living room. One evening, I wandered into my living room in my flat, and there, completely stark as Eddie, was my mother-in-law.
Oh, flipping! I had a
No.
patient thought.
No, I tell you what, mate. Though, she's a good-looking lady. Good-looking lady, and yeah, it was still.
Ian.
Yes.
Ian, you spoilt my introduction. I was going to go, Ian. I was going to wind you up to begin with.
Why were you going to do that, Eddie?
Just for a lark, you know.
What
Because you like a lark.
Well, hang on a minute, Eddie. Winding me up, flipping it, mate. I've got a good mind to jump. I've got a good mind to Marky Mark.
Hi.
How long would it take me to get to Eddie's from here?
Alton, about half an hour to Alton.
From 4 o'clock, the traffic will be up a bit. Should we say 45
On your
minutes?
push bike.
45
I'll
minutes.
tell you, Eddie, I'll be outside your house at 5 o'clock and I'll give you a boot up the bum. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why not?
Yeah.
That's something different, isn't it?
What you got for us, Eddie?
Well, I reckon, as a good marker, if you think your bed linen needs changing, what you do is you take it off, you put it by your door, because I live in a flat, obviously.
Yes.
And if it doesn't walk out the door, you put it back on.
I
Should
see,
be all right.
I see what you've done there. The thing about bed linen is, right, Eddie, it's a real pain in the backside, isn't it, to take it off? We've got those sheets that are elasticated around the side. Oh, it's revolutionised my life.
Fitted sheets, piece of cake.
That's the word. Fitted sheets. They've I can't speak today. It's this beard. They've revolutionised my life. It's saved because before you'd have to you tuck it in and then you go, oh no, I've got it too much on one side. You have to now you just slip it on.
Well, the problem is with a bed sit, or they like to call these studio flats, you've got your bed rammed against the wall, so you've got to do a handstand to do all that.
Do you know that the bed I always wanted, and I don't know if they actually exist, Eddie? I'm going to say some words to you, and I'm going to see if you get it from this title. The Laurel and Hardy bed. Do you know what I mean by that?
I can't... I think I know what you mean.
The bed in a wall.
Oh,
so you walk into a room, you go, where's the bed? The guy goes, here it is. Smacks the wall, the bed falls down. Do they actually exist?
Yeah.
Are they real? Eddie, listen, thank you. You've given us a lot to think about. Partly, you've got the vote, blimey. So, there we go. Ever seen your mother-in-law naked? And those beds in the wall. Trevor, do those beds in the wall actually exist?
Well, I was going to say, we went to a hotel, I think it was one near Camelot, up the other side of Preston.
Yes.
For a works do.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a room for the night.
The dreaded works do. No phrase fills me with more dread than the dreaded works do.
And then we went to the room and we got 2 single beds.
Yeah.
And I rang up reception and I said, hang on, we booked a double room, not a twin.
We want to have a little bit of rumpy-pumpy in the night. Or at least we want the option.
Well, you can always push the beds together, but then fall down the middle.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Anyway,
yeah.
So I rang reception and the girl come down and she said, there's your bed there. And like you said, tap the wall and down come the bed.
Oh.
Said, that don't look very safe. So we never used
Oh,
it.
no.
We both was got in a single bed.
Trevor, you had a bed in a wall and you didn't use it? Surely everyone's dream is to be in that bed and then the mechanism to break and you get sucked up into the wall.
That's what she was scared of, yeah.
Oh, she's a bottler. Ever seen your mother-in-law naked?
I haven't got a mother-in-law.
Oh.
Well, not now. She died years ago.
I can't. Yeah, Trevor. I kind of met. Was she alive when you were married? Has she?
No. I never met her.
Oh, okay. In that case, I apologise.
In 1973, I believe.
Blimey, it's the year I was born. I could be her reincarnated.
I left school just after you was born.
Man alive, aren't you old, Trevor?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
You
I might
dirty...
be in the body, but I definitely ain't in the brain.
You dirty old man.
You dirty old man.
Harold! Hey, Trevor, listen, we could you've got the laugh and everything. Right, let's do it. Hang on a minute. Get me, Marky Mark, get me the Steptoe and Son theme tune, please. Right. Harold, come and give me a bath, Harold.
No, because you're a dirty old man.
Oh, man! Okay, Trevor, listen, good to talk to you.
And you.
Ta-ta. There we go. Next time Trevor calls up, boom, Steptoe, we're in. His voice is uncanny, and let's be honest, guys, my impression is pretty spot on, huh? Yes, Gatford, I do have a beard. 08459 455. No, that's hang on, that's whoa, guys! I went into muscle memory. 03453 009956, BBC WM 95.6. As well, let's go back to the beds. More than half of Brits do not wash their bedding every week. As well as those, this is as well as those 59%, a total of 77% wash their bedding at less than 60 degrees. No, boil wash, guys. Always do it on the 90. Listen, I do most things on the 30. I'm tight. I try and save a bit of money. But the sheets, have you put in the face, Marky Mark?
I just did them at a 30 wash. What's wrong with that?
For your sheets?
What's wrong with that?
Oh, mate, no, that is messed up. You can't do The sheets are the most intimate of things that will go into your washing machine.
Yeah.
You cannot do them on a 30, mate.
Well, yeah, but, the biological washing powder and all the enzymes and stuff.
No, where did you just put Steptoe and Son? I saw it and then it vanished.
I took it away again.
Put it back. Oh. Put it back. No, guys, come on. 90-degree wash for the sheets. We all know that. Microscopic mites feed on flake... Oh, yes, I just read where this goes. This is horrible. Microscopic mites. Great name for a band, guys. Any indies out there, you go for it. Feed on flakes of human skin and produce around 2,000 fecal particles. Fecal's posh for poo. In their 10 to 20-day lifetime. Female dust mites lay around 100 eggs. Oh, this is disgusting. And, of course, the worst thing you can get is the bed bug. Those are the guys that come out in the middle of the night and suck your blood. 03453 009956. Here's the Who.
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. No one knows what it's like to feel these feelings like I do, and I blame you. No one bites back as hard on their anger. None of my pain and woe can show through that's never free. When my fist clenches, crack it open before I use it and lose my cool. When I smile, tell me some bad news before I laugh and act like a fool. And if I swallow anything evil, put your finger down my throat. And if I shiver, please give me a blanket. Keep me warm, let me wear your coat. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes.
Next time Trevor calls in this. Oh! Next time Trevor calls in, we're having some of that. Got some texts. Iain, change your sheets, turn and vac mattress every week. If you don't, you're risking a bedbug infestation. Flippin' heck. Iain, I washed my sheets last week because the dog puked... What? No, this sentence... If this sentence is accurate, it's even more horrific than the story I'm going to tell you after the news at past about an evil twin. Washed my sheets last week because the dog puked cat poo on them. Nah. Yuck. Iain, we ain't gonna see This is how it's written. Iain, we ain't gonna see flags in London for St George's Day. It's full of foreigners. And you should change your sheets every week. There are hundreds of dust. Every week seems a little bit excessive, if I'm completely honest with you. Yeah, in an ideal world. Every other week, perfect. Some people don't. Well, they will go a month. Longer than a month without changing their sheet. I've done that thing where I thought, I should really change the sheets, but I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. I'm going to get into bed and I'll do it tomorrow. When was the last time you changed your sheets? And boy, oh boy, I think you'll agree with me in about 4 minutes' time that twins are well evil. If you're a twin, phone up and defend yourself now. 03453 009956.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel.
It's slow moving on the southbound M6 between junction 11 at Cannock and junction 8 for the M5 as you approach the roadworks. Busy as well for the Wolverhampton Road into Willenhall, or away from Willenhall towards the M6 at junction 10 because of those delays on the southbound side of the M6. Northbound in the M5 also struggling on the link road to the M6 North carriageway with delays starting from around junction 1 for West Brom. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
And online.
your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Dirty sheets and twins. Oh, and what makes the ideal shopping trip? I'll tell you what, not going. We'll discuss that and more after the news with Gareth Ford-Lloyd.
Thank you. Good afternoon. A £5,000 reward has been offered for information to trace Wolverhampton murder suspect Dylan Jackson. Jackson is wanted in connection with the murder of Herman Louis Simpson, who was killed earlier this month. The 47-year-old father of one was a former music teacher and was found stabbed to death at his home on the Compton Road. A man from Stourbridge has been arrested on suspicion of Syria-related terrorism offences. The 18-year-old was detained yesterday at an address in Lye. And Ed Miliband has said David Cameron is partly to blame for the migrant crisis in the Mediterranean. The Labour leader says the PM failed to support Libya and build stability after bombing the country in 2011 to help remove the former dictator Colonel Gaddafi. The Conservatives have called his argument shameful. And Aston Villa have been allocated 25,000 tickets for the FA Cup final at the end of May. The game takes place on Saturday the 30th of May with a 5:30pm kickoff. Tickets go on sale on Tuesday. The weather cloudy with some patchy rain this afternoon. Highs of 17 degrees Celsius. That's 63 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's your news for the West Midlands. It's 2:31.
On FM, Freeview, digital radio and online.
BBC WM 95.6.
You've all seen the picture of the Trow functions, haven't you? I've made myself laugh by stealing somebody else's word from the internet. It's the internet. Once it's on there, guys, it's anybody's, all right? You can't copyright an idea. Yeah? The Trow function. Have you seen it? The jockey. So there's a jockey riding a horse. There's a surprise. Where did I... Oh, dearie me, I'm so tired today. Oh, there we go. Page 19 of The Sun. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, there it is. It's up there. So there's a jockey riding a horse, right? A jockey brings up the rear as his trousers slip off during a race. Is he not wearing any pants? And it looks like, at first glance, it looks like those comedy bottom. You know the comedy breasts and the comedy bottoms, the fake plastic ones. It looks like he's got a pair of comedy breasts shoved down the back of his trousers. So he's on the horse and he's giving it some. You know, he's giving it all that. And he's in the home stretch, right? So he's stood up, Lucy. He's stood up riding his horse, okay? You know when you're pedaling your bike, right, and you want to go up a hill, so you want to get a little bit of extra. So you stand up and you kind of wiggle the bike from left to right. He's doing that, but he's mounted a horse. Okay, right. So he's riding along, and then as he's going, and you imagine the vibration. You got the vibration, and you got the back and forth, and his trousers fall down. Now he's not wearing any pants, and his whole bum is on display. And I'll be honest, it ain't half cute. It's a perfect peach. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're asking for your trow functions. When have your trousers ever fallen down or got you in an embarrassing situation? And what's happened when you've ridden a horse? 03453 009956. Also, when have you seen your in-laws naked? Lucy, are you married?
Not anymore, no.
Did you ever? Did you get divorced because you saw your father-in-law naked?
No, but yeah, I mean, I can imagine if I did, it might have been a contributing factor.
Yeah,
But
those guys. I mean, really, those guys. Lucy, what have you got for us?
Well, it was Marky Mark wanted me to tell you about it was my dog that puked on the bed.
Oh, you did. Let's just get. Oh, I've lost. Do you know what? Oh, what a mucky laugh you've got, Lucy. What a naughty girl. Washed my sheets last week because the dog puked cat poo on them. There's so much in this. Okay, let's break it down into sort of syllables. Washed my sheets last week. How often do you normally wash your sheets?
Well, it's usually dictated by
whether the dog pukes cat poo on there or not.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, you're horrible. You are. So what's the long? I mean, what? You go a month without changing them?
No, generally a couple of weeks. I think every 2 weeks is about right.
Okay, all right. We'll have that. Now, this dog puking cat poo on there. What's that all about?
Because they'll raise the cat litter tray. And then, if they've had a little bit too much, they'll come upstairs. And
how much is too much? Surely any cat poo being digested by any other creature is too much.
Well, yes, it is. But if they get to the litter tray before you've had a chance to get it out, obviously they'll gallop it down because the cats.
Well, no, you say
dogs just love it. It's horrible.
You say obviously they'll have it down, but I've never heard of this before. This is one of the most. Is this how nature works?
Well, it is in our house. I don't think we're unique. I think, dogs tend to like
poo of other animals, don't they?
No.
They like to roll in fox poo. They like to eat horse poo, but they do like to eat cat poo. I'm sorry
you
to
say that.
They do.
Lucy, you say this as though it's a fact. It's been a long time since I've owned a dog, right? 20 years, in fact. 20 years ago, my dog died. And not once did I see her try and eat the poo of another animal.
Oh, you throw it in and ask, and I bet you'll have loads of people saying their dogs try and do that as well.
Lucy, it's being thrown out there. Thank you very much indeed. No, the phones haven't gone nuts. 03453 009956. Right? Do dogs eat poo? I mean, it's not the question I was expecting to ask when I took the gig here at BBC WM 95.6, but it's the question I find myself asking. Trouser malfunctions? What's happened to you on a horse? Ever seen your in-laws naked? Yeah, that'll do for the moment.
I said upside down, you're turning me. You're giving love instinctively. Round and round, you're turning me. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, instinctively you give to me the love that I need. I cherish the moments with you. Respectfully I say to thee, I'm aware that you're cheating when no one makes me feel like you do. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, I know you got charm and appeal. You always play the field. I'm crazy to think you're all mine. As long as the sun continues to shine, there's a place in my heart for you, that's the bottom line. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, instinctively you give to me the love that I need. I cherish the moments with you. Respectfully I say to thee, I'm aware that you're cheating, but no one makes me feel like you do. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. And round, upside down, you turn me. You're giving love instinctively. Round and round, you're turning me. I say to thee respectfully. Upside down, you're turning me. You're giving love instinctively. Around and around, you're turning me. I say to thee respectfully. I said upside down, you're turning me. You're giving love instinctively. Around and around, you're turning me. I say to thee respectfully. Upside down, you're turning me. You're giving love instinctively. Round and round, you're turning me. I say to thee respectfully. Upside down, you're turning me.
Good afternoon. Well, good afternoon, guys. The phones have not rang off the hook with people saying, yeah, It's a well-known fact. Dogs. Listen, if it was a fact that dogs ate poo, then I would have known that we would know that as children, wouldn't we? There would be video footage of it being shown on television every single day. You would see dogs. You wouldn't see dog owners walking around carrying bags. They'd just wait for another dog to come and chow down on the hot dog, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? I mean, that seems obvious to me. 03453 009956. Trouser malfunctions. What's happened to you on a horse? Dogs eating poo. Ever seen your in-laws naked? And when was the last time you washed your sheets? It's one of those shows. Honestly, I can't wait for this flipping election to be over. The papers have run out of stuff to write. The best thing, the front page of The Sun is pop star smokes a joint with 5 girls in his hotel room. What? No. I will not believe it about One Direction, David.
Well, I didn't hear the thing because I didn't hear it on the phone.
Did you hear it or not? I'm confused.
No.
What didn't you hear?
Your intro thingy to what you're talking about now.
I will not, David, and this is a rule I'm going to lay down. I will not have One Direction, bad-mouthed on this show. Is that clear, David?
Yeah, do what you want to. Yeah.
Is that clear, David?
Yes.
Thank you, David. What have you called in for, mate?
Dogs eat poo.
Yeah, they don't, do they?
They do.
Really?
Yeah, I got told off, so...
What, for feeding it?
No. I was at my cousin's and I got up early in the morning and went for a smoke, middle of the Yorkshire Dales, and took the whip it out without his coat, and it was freezing cold, so I got told off for that. But he started eating sheep's poo.
I'm glad that when you said I panicked then. I thought, well, it's been nice working here, guys. It started eating sheep's poo, OK.
Yeah, he loved it, yeah. And I was thinking, this is my cousin. This is the first time I met my cousin's dog, and I'm thinking, oh, my...
And did you yank it off?
Well, he kept on doing it. I mean, there's hundreds of sheep up there.
Well, yeah, but could you not did you not pull it off?
I didn't, no.
Well, you should have done, David.
I should have done.
Of course you should have done. That's disgusting.
Well,
I hate dogs.
I didn't get why his breath didn't smell.
Well, someone's tweeted here. Trevor says, we had a German Shepherd that ate his poo. Then he would come in and burp on you. I mean...
Oh, no, I didn't think they ate their own poo.
I'm not a dog lover anyway, I'm a cat fan. I'm a cat fan.
Yeah.
And I've never got dogs, but now, boy oh boy, I just can't even... The thought of dogs disgusts me. Let's get rid of all of them.
No, look,
yes.
I love dogs, but
no.
I prefer cats.
No.
I've got a cat.
What's a dog ever done for you, David, apart from disgust you by eating sheep's feces? Sheeces.
What's a dog ever done for me?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Dog ever saved your life? Dog ever bought you a good DVD? Dog ever told you look nice? No! They don't do nothing!
I did have a dog who never got neutered. And every time we went out...
No.
Yes.
You don't need to tell me about the lipstick.
No. My dad's neighbours said to him, your dog is a dirty...
Thank you. Let's stop. No, let's move on. Tell me about trousers, David.
OK, I'd been away and I'd got this chair in the back of my car. So I got the chair out of the car and got to my front door, and it was quite a heavy chair. So putting the key in the door, and I had these rubbishy sort of tracky, joggy bottom things. And just as I got the key in the door, with holding the chair, my trousers fell down.
Hey, dude.
Just as the bus drove.
Hey!
What a classic.
Classic little bit of bum flashing there, David.
Bed sheets.
Yeah, he's doing them all. I can nip out I might start smoking again and nip out for a cigarette.
You know, how often do you change yours then?
Well, I go for every 2 weeks. I have been known to go 4.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, same, yeah.
Okay, well, they kind of petered out towards the end of that call, David.
I was going to ask, what happens if you sleep with Roger Ramjet?
Oh, flipping it. That won't be happening, David. That's not on the menu.
There goes
blows the whistle. We're there. Aston Villa are in the FA Cup final of 2015.
Your football in the West Midlands.
I'm just amazed. Absolutely outstanding to a man. Bring it on Arsenal. Because tell you what, we ain't afraid of them.
Them fans come a long way. They enjoyed their day, and we give them something to be proud of today.
And Aston Villa against Arsenal will be this year's FA Cup final. These 32,000 fans are coming back.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Adam's in Telford. Good afternoon to you, Adam.
Good afternoon, Ian. How are you?
Do you know what, mate? I'm tired. I'm feeling a bit down. It's been a tough week, Adam. Life can be hard sometimes, can't it?
It can. It can kick you where you don't want it to.
Don't it just?
Yeah.
Don't it? Hey, listen, my beautiful, wonderful sister, who I'm completely in love with, she's emigrating in a few months.
Right.
Yeah, and it broke my heart. I mean, it's wonderful for them and the kid. They're going to move to New Zealand. New Zealand, of all places, Adam.
New Zealand?
No,
Oh, nice.
New Zealand for some fashion
New
chaps.
Zealand.
For fashion
yeah.
chaps. And they're going to New Zealand. Fashion chaps. And I knew they were going to go at some point. And I thought, if I ignore it, Adam, she's got two kids who I adore. I thought, if I ignore it, Adam, it won't happen. And then she said, then she got in touch yesterday saying, well, we've sold our house. Oh, no! And the thing is, I'm never going to go to New Zealand. It's too far away.
I've got a friend over there. He moved, 2002, I think it was. And I've been going, we're going to go out and see you. We're going to go out and see you.
Never.
It hasn't happened yet.
It don't happen. It's too far away. Is it further away than Australia? And if so, how's that possible?
Because that is at the end of the bloody universe. Oh, sorry, end of the universe.
Yeah, you can say universe on the BBC. I think. I don't think Brian.
It's borderline.
I don't think Brian Cox has completely copyrighted that word yet. So I'm gonna. So I'm a bit. There's other stuff going on. It's been a tough week, but and then it was capped off by. Oh well, okay. It was capped off by my sister saying she's going to emigrate, and I was a bit heartbroken. I'm really pleased for her. It's going to be brilliant, but selfishly, I'm heartbroken. But then get this, right? I don't know if I mentioned it. Pret a Manger, right? You know the coffee and sandwich shop.
Yeah.
There was a thing in the paper this week that if the staff fancy you, did you hear this, Marky Mark? If the staff in Pret fancy you, they can give you free coffee. It's honestly, this is a brilliant. This is a brilliant. They've really got their ideas right on how to kind of do social media and get publicity right. The boss has said, look, if you fancy somebody, you can give them a free coffee. So I'm heartbroken. My sister's emigrating. I go into Pret to cheer myself up. Do you know what happens?
You have to pay.
No, They gave me the woman said, do you know what? I'm going to give you a free coffee. I went, yes, my love.
Winning.
And I said, I know about you lot. I think I pushed it too far. I said, I know about you lot. You're all swingers in here. She went, what do you mean? I said, well, if you fancy someone, you're allowed to give them a free cough. And she went, yeah, we're not swingers. And I realised I pushed it too far. But so the fact that I won't ever see my sister again, do you know what? The pain was alleviated quite quickly by saving £2.40 on a hot drink. So all in all, I'm doing all right in answer to your question. Adam, what on earth have you got for us? Come on, get to the point.
Well, I sent a text in regards to dogs eating faeces.
Come on, it doesn't happen. It's a horrible myth. There's some people... It's like the people that go on Wikipedia and change it to make lies. Not Grant Shapps, but other people. Come on, you've all got together to say, let's discredit dogs today.
Well, my dog, Ken the Jack Russell.
We had a
cat, quality name, Ken.
Yeah.
And he's got a sister called Winnie as well. So Ken and Winnie.
I love it.
We had a cat. She was old, so didn't go out a lot towards the end. She was about 19 or 20 when she finally went.
Wowzers.
So she had a cat box, so frequently you come down in the morning, Ken would have his nose in it, turn round with a cigar hanging out the side of his mouth. So they do eat poo.
Well, listen, of course, we know that within all poo there is and this is me being serious now. I'm going to start laughing because I'm being serious. Within all poo, there are things in there, vitamins and minerals that other animals can get benefit from. That's why flies like human poo, because there's stuff in there that's good for them. Bird poo has got loads of stuff in there that other animals can use. But what does a dog get out of cat poo?
Especially a 20-year-old with failing kidneys poo. There's nothing good in that for anybody.
Adam, you've really made me upset. Bobby's in Quinton. Good afternoon, Bobby. It's been nice working at BBC WM 95.6. Me and HSBC, we're out of here. Bye, guys. Yes, Bobby, what you got?
You'll find that dogs prefer the fox poo.
They prefer, so they actually have a list of poo preferences, poo-frences.
Well, I won't say a list, but the top of the menu is fox poo.
I wonder
and you know
why.
when you see a dog thinks he's doing little tricks in the park, rolling round?
Yeah.
He's rolling in fox urine.
Oh, he does
really
what?
doing a
He
trick at
does
all.
what? What did you say?
He's rolling around where a fox is weed and whatever.
He said fox. Okay. Yeah. Well.
Yes, yeah.
I know. It's your accent. Okay. So okay. In that case, I apologise to everybody. I apologise to our first caller. It turns out you're correct. Dogs do eat faeces. Do we know why, Bobby?
I don't know. The goodness is supposed to come out.
But what goodness?
I don't know. It's nothing but it's digested.
Bobby, thank you very much indeed. Okay, so we don't need any more stories of your dog eating doo-doos, okay? We've established that happens. Can we establish why? 03453. I've still not done the twins thing yet. We'll do evil twins after 3. I got a beef with twins. I don't dig twins, man. 03453 009956.
Since you've been gone, I shut my eyes and I fantasize that you're here with me. Will you ever return? I won't be satisfied till you're by my side. Don't wait any longer. Come back. Why don't you come back? Please hurry. Why don't you come back? Please hurry. Come back and stay for good this time. Did you come back and stay for good this time? When you said goodbye, I was trying to hide what I felt inside till you passed me by. You said you'd return. You said that you'd be mine till the end of time. But I'm waiting any longer. Why don't you come back? Please hurry. Why don't you come back? Please hurry. Come back and stay for good this time. Did you come back and stay for good this time? Opened my eyes and I realized what we had together. Will you ever return? Or have you changed your mind? If you want to stay mine, just love me forever. Love me forever. Why don't you come back? Please hurry. 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 Just come back and stay for good this time. Did you come back and stay for good this time? Come back and stay for good this time. Did you come back and stay for good?
Oh, this is not. When I knew. This is not the show I was expecting to do here today, if I'm completely honest, guys. If I'm completely honest. Dogs eat poo, horse poo, cat poo. Oh, this is Emma. Yes, says Pam, our beagle Stan had a fetish for horse poo. Anonymous said, oh no, we've just crossed a line. We've entered the Rubicon. Don't know what the Rubicon is. Is the Rubicon a river? Pam, is the Rubicon a river?
I've got no idea. Isn't it a drink?
Yeah, it is. No, you're thinking of Umbongo. No, Styx is a river, which I think is the river to hell. I'm not sure. No, I'm thinking of the road to hell with Chris Rea. What's Rubicon, guys? Is it a room? Pandora's box is a box. Styx is a river. What the hell is Rubicon? Pam, what have you called him for?
Well, you wanted to know why... Because first of all, you're talking about my favourite subject in the world.
Poo?
Toilet habits. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Poo is your favourite... Hang on. Poo is your favourite subject in the world?
Yeah, I love having really inappropriate conversations about toilet habits at work and stuff. It's fun.
You are my kind of girl, Pam. Let's meet up after this and go out.
We'll have a coffee, talk about poo.
Yeah, why not, baby?
Why not? But I was ringing to let you know why dogs roll around and stuff in fox poo and fox wee.
Let's have the facts now, Pam. Let's get to the facts. We've had the fun. Now it's time for the facts.
Apparently, it's because if they're in the wild, but if they roll around in the fox doings, they hide their own scent, and therefore the foxes won't hunt them.
Okay, but what about eating?
I don't know why they eat it.
Oh, Pam, you got me all excited. I could have told you. I could have told you about the rolling round. It's obvious it's to hide the scent.
I'm sorry. I feel like I've let you down.
That coffee is cancelled, Pam, unless you're paying.
I'll pay.
Then the coffee is still on, and I'll have one of those giant biscuits, please, the Jammy Dodgers. Why do they do that? They don't taste like Jammy Dodgers. The giant custard cream don't taste like a custard cream. It looks like a custard cream, and yes, it's fun to hold it and pretend that you've got a tiny hand. Pretend that you're 5. It don't taste like a custard cream. Now, this is where we enter the Rubicon, which I don't know what the Rubicon is. Our dog used to eat the guinea pig poo. Also, and this is, guys, she used to pull nappies out of the bin and eat them. That's just... let me tell you again. She used to pull nappies out of the bin and eat them. Yes, one more time. Beep, 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 beep. Awful. Awful.
You're a good presenter, mate. You tell it where it hurts.
I tell it
people.
exactly where it hurts at people. Oh dear. 03453 00 9956 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. Mohammed.
Yeah.
What's the Rubicon?
It's a shallow river in Italy.
I thought does it actually exist?
Yeah, it's a shallow river somewhere by hang on, I haven't turned my radio off.
Turn you off, Flipper.
A
Come on.
shallow river in Italy, somewhere between Rimini and the Adriatic.
Okay, but if I cross the Rubicon, what does that mean? Flip. Okay, wait. So we know. Okay, so the Rubicon is a river. If you're on the boat and you're on the Styx, you're going to hell. You open Pandora's box, then you release all loads of bad things into. If you cross the Rubicon, what on earth is going to happen to you? 03453 00 9956. We've gone from poo to intellectualism in one fell swoop.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel. Here's Phil Peacock.
There are queues on the northbound side of the M5, not helped by an accident that was on the carriageway around Junction 1 for West Brom. There's also the usual queues on Friday afternoon from Junction 1 towards the M6 North carriageway. Southbound on the M6 is slow moving as well through the roadworks from Junction 11 at Cannock towards Junction 8 for the M5. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
another hour of this nonsense. Let's get the news. Here's Gareth.
Thank you. Good afternoon. A £5,000 reward has been offered for information to trace Wolverhampton murder suspect Dylan Jackson. Jackson is wanted in connection with the murder of Herman Louis Simpson, who was killed last Monday night. The 47-year-old father of one was a former music teacher and was found stabbed to death at his Compton Road home in Wolverhampton. Pauline Hadley is the regional manager for Crime Stoppers, who've put up the reward.
It's an important one simply because he is thought to have been involved in the murder of a father, Mr Simpson, who was stabbed to death in Wolverhampton back on Monday, the April the 13th. And we just feel that there is a chance that, definitely somebody will know where he is.
A man from Stourbridge has been arrested on suspicion of Syria-related terrorism offences. The 18-year-old was detained yesterday at an address in Lye. Police also seized computer equipment which has been taken away for forensic examination. The man has since been released on bail. The Labour leader Ed Miliband has partly blamed David Cameron for the migrant crisis in the Mediterranean. Mr Miliband had been making a speech in London, arguing that the Prime Minister and other world leaders failed to support Libya after the overthrow of Colonel Gaddafi, which led to an increase of flow of refugees. He said that there has been no proper planning for what happened after the conflict.
David Cameron was wrong to assume that Libya was a country whose institutions could simply be left to evolve and transform themselves. What we've seen in Libya is that when tensions over power and resource began to emerge, they simply reinforced deep-seated ideological and ethnic fault lines in the country, meaning the hopes of the revolutionary uprisings quickly began to unravel.
The Conservatives have described Mr Miliband's argument as shameful. Europe's biggest bank, HSBC, is considering moving its headquarters out of Britain because of tougher regulations and rising costs. HSBC said last month that it was to relocate the head office of its UK retail bank to Birmingham by 2019 in a move that will see 1,000 jobs transferred from London. We're told any decision to move the headquarters out of the UK wouldn't affect that. Aston Villa have been allocated 25,000 tickets for the FA Cup final at the end of May. The players will also walk out at Wembley in claret and blue, as they've been given the same kit choice and dressing room as the semi-final. Fans will be sat in the West Stand. The game takes place on Saturday the 30th of May with a 5:30 kick-off, and tickets go on sale on Tuesday. The weather, cloud will gradually increase with some patchy rain arriving this afternoon. Highs of 17 degrees Celsius, that's 63 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's your news for the West Midlands. It's coming up to 3 minutes past 3.
Gareth, I don't know you very well, so please don't be offended, although you might be. Are you squeaking?
Squeaking?
Just sit there, don't move. Say a line of news.
Cloud will gradually increase with some patchy rain arriving this afternoon. Am I squeaking?
I'm not sure, Gareth.
Have I got a squeaky voice?
No. No, it's not your voice. I'm 03453 009956. I'm sure I heard. There's not a mouse in there, is there?
Well, if you've seen the stats on rodents today,
then yes, indeed. Gareth, thank you very much
Friday
indeed.
Afternoons with Iain Lee
On BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
I'm sure he was squeaking during that. I'm sure. Anybody? Man alive, what an hour. I mean... Oh, dear. Look, just like HSBC, I'll be out of here soon. Except it won't be my choice. So we started off with dirty sheets. We talked about dogs eating poo. And I tried to inject a little bit of intellectualism by asking about the Rubicon. Right, we know it's a river in Italy. What the hell does it mean, though? I mean... So River Styx is the river to hell, right? I've got that right, haven't I? STYX. And I know they're a rocking band, but it's also the river to hell, isn't it? Pandora's box, well, that's Greek mythology. It's a box given to some dude whose name escapes me. What? Not Pandora, bizarrely. Wasn't her box. It's called Pandora's box. It's not her box. It belongs to the fella who owns it, obviously. It gets given to him by the gods. Then the gods give him Pandora as well. The gods must be crazy. And she hears a box. She hears like a noise in the cellar, and she goes down. It's a box. She opens it, and all bad things come out. That we know. Okay, that's a given. What the hell is the Rubicon? Oh 0345 009956 and twins, try and defend yourselves if you dare. Twins are weird, aren't they? And I mean, you may want to go and make a cup of tea in about 30 seconds' time because the story is grim, very macabre. Very macabre indeed. Let's speak to Richard first. Hang on, Richard. Just wait for this song to end. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on, here we go. Someone is saying the Rubicon is a casino in Wolverhampton. That doesn't help. Tell me, Richard. Speak to me. Inform me. Educate me. Mould my mind. You be Demi Moore, and I'll be the fella. But my brain is the clay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna mould my brain into the shape of a bowl, and then we're gonna make love. Richard, what have you got?
Yes, the old saying is crossing the Rubicon.
Yes.
It goes back to ancient Roman times.
It's not like the Rubik's Cube, is it?
No.
No. Okay.
It goes back to ancient Roman times. At one time, I don't know all the historical details, but there was some sort of civil war in ancient Rome.
Yeah.
I think it was Republicans fighting the Emperor,
the Democrats,
supporters of the Emperor, or something like that.
Yes.
Anyway, the rebels gathered an army and started marching towards Rome, I think it was, where the Emperor was based.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they said they had to cross the Rubicon.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the reason was, but they said the leader of the army says, once we've crossed the Rubicon, there's no... I think he was trying to tell the men, anyone who wants to drop out now, do so, because once we cross the Rubicon, there's no turning back.
Okay.
So after they'd crossed the Rubicon, they had to carry on to Rome and fight, and there's no turning back.
Okay, so we were quite right. When I read that text about a dog eating a nappy, and I said we're about to cross the Rubicon, it kind of means once you hear about a dog eating a nappy, there's no going back. You can't unhear that.
No.
Richard, thank you very much for that. You see, we've got intellectuals listening. Here's another intellectual. It's Maggie.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, Maggie.
How you doing?
I'm very, very well, Mags. You're sounding sober.
I'm always sober.
I don't know about that, madam. Are you married, Maggie?
Yes.
Have you ever seen your father-in-law naked?
Bloody hell. No, he lives in Canada.
Okay, no. Hey, well, there's still Skype, Maggie.
I know.
Yeah. What? Hey, do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a really horrible story?
Go on then.
Okay, we go. Hang on a minute. This is grim, right? This is actually, this is not for the faint-hearted. This is in the Daily Mirror, okay, one of Britain's leading newspapers. So they're not ones for hyperbole. Right, shut up now. When I say op, I mean operation, yeah? You got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Op found evil sister in my brain. Student had fetus lodged in her head. Surgeons... This is grim. And this is one of the many reasons I don't like twins. Surgeons operating on a young woman's brain were shocked to find her embryonic twin complete with hair, bones and teeth. Yamini Karanamnam, 26. I don't know why that name makes me laugh. It's a good name. Yamini Karanamnam. Yamini Karanamnam, yes please, I'll have two. Yamini Karanamnam, 26, had struggled to read and understand conversations until doctors discovered the bizarre cause. After the operation, the PhD student described the embryo as her evil twin sister. There was a twin in her head. Marky Mark, the producer, went, "Was it alive?" You flip. Yeah, it was. It had a job, but it got married and had 3 kids. Was it alive? What kind of question is that? Imagine, and do you know what? That's really common, Maggie. For people, you have an operation. Think they've got a tumour, and they open them up. It could be anywhere in the body, right?
Yeah.
And they find hair, teeth and bones, and they were twins, but the second twin, the weaker twin, there's always a weaker twin, guys. You sort it out amongst yourselves, you two. The weaker twin gets absorbed by the dominant body. Any feedback on that story, Maggie?
No.
Thanks very much for calling.
Hang on.
What?
I'm going to tell you about the dog.
Oh, if you're going to tell me you saw a dog eat... Are you just going to tell me you saw a dog eating poo?
No. My dog, well, he passed away a couple of years ago.
Yes.
When I bought him, he was 8 or 12 weeks old.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, when he was about 6 months old, yeah?
The ages are irrelevant.
Okay. He ate his own poo, yeah?
Yes. Still makes me laugh, actually.
Took him to the vet.
Yeah.
It's something to do with the vitamins, but we had to put him on vitamin tablets because he's,
So did you eat his poo?
Obviously.
You know that chocolate is poisonous to dogs. Did you know that?
And onions.
Chocolate and onions. That explains why I've lost so many dogs over the years.
And onions, no good for the dog.
That's what all I feed them on is raw onions and then bars of dairy milk. What's in an onion? I would imagine in the chocolate that it's the sugar and the cocoa.
Sugar. But if you Google it.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you do.
I'm not gonna.
Onions are no good for dogs.
Maggie, thank you so much. That really is. That really is something. 03453 009956. Twins. I mean, twins are just... Can we compile a list before 4 o'clock of good twins? There's not many. I'll give you one. Well, two. Well, one. Well, I'll give you a pair. The Proclaimers. That's all I can think of. Good twins, please. 03453 009956.
If you
whistle. We're there. Aston Villa are in the FA Cup final of 2015.
Your football in the West Midlands.
I'm just amazed. Absolutely outstanding. Superman. Bring on Arsenal. I'll tell you what, we ain't afraid of them.
And fans come a long way. They enjoyed their day, and we give them something to be proud of today.
And Aston Villa against Arsenal will be this year's FA Cup final. These 32,000 fans are coming back.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Rubicon is a point of no return. That's what we needed. Thank you. That's been established. We've done that. The reason dogs eat poo is very simple. It tastes good to them, dirty gits. Good twins. Oh, yeah, OK. Right. And I don't just want hot girls, guys. I mean, let's... so we're trying to find good twins. I don't trust twins. I never have and never will. They all look a bit funny, don't they? Quite often they wear glasses. Make of that what you will. So far we've got the Proclaimers. Just jotting these down as though this list will one day be important. It won't. It'll go in the bin in about 45 minutes' time. Luke in Cosley says the Alessi sisters. The Alessi sisters. And Rennie and Roger... We're not putting the Cray twins in there. The Cray twins aren't an example of good twins, for goodness sakes. The movie twins. Thank you, Gatford. Yeah, we'll have that. I've not seen the movie. I went to the pictures. Films, you went to see the pictures that amaze you. Twins, I went to see Twins. I went to see Gremlins 2. They're remaking Gremlins. I like Gremlins 1, brilliant. Gremlins 2, I went to the pic. It was a date. It was an early date with a girl, and it wasn't my cup of tea. 03453 009956 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, the next 45 minutes is just me sat here. Why shopping is bags of fun. Shopping. The only shopping that's fun, guys, is record shopping. Right, that little motion of holding with your left hand, flicking with your right hand. Stop, lift, drop, flick. That's the only shopping that's fun, guys. Hello, everybody. The perfect shopping trip involves a 4-hour trawl around stores. Oh. A posh coffee. What's a posh coffee? You don't mean a Costa or a Starbucks, do you? Do you remember when we used to drink tea in this country? Do you remember that? We used to drink tea. Ha! Weren't we dumb? We didn't know that coffee existed. And a flapjack. What? The perfect shopping trip involves a 4-hour trawl around stores, a posh coffee and a flapjack. Everything about that is wrong. Shopping trips should be a mercy dash. You know what you need, you go in, first shop not there, second shop not there. If it's not in the third shop, I'm going home. Stuff it. Stuff it. A poll found the ideal shopping expedition would include leaving home at 10 a.m. for a 14-mile drive to a mall shopping centre or high street. High street? Where are you going to find a high street these days, guys? They don't exist. But while almost 4 in 10 men said their partner was their ideal shopping companion, women would rather go with a friend or alone. Oh, I'd rather go alone. Why would you want to go shopping with anybody else? 03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call on this, because, I mean, what's the ideal shopping experience for you? Hate it. And we're all these big shopping malls, centres now. The Bullring, Westfield, all these places like that, and they're soulless, aren't they? I mean, they're just too busy and too crowded and too cramped. The results show the extent to which people see going shopping as an experience rather than... OK, here we go. This is the question. Does anybody actually enjoy the experience of shopping? No, you don't enjoy it. Yeah, you might enjoy it if you're a 15-year-old girl, but adults don't actually... Should we go shopping? When you're a kid, you've got nowhere to hang out, have you? There's nowhere for you to hang out. You're too young to go to the boozer. You're too old to go to the park. So you go to the shopping centre and you kind of, you sit around the fountain in the shopping centre and, you might pull yourself, together and buy 2 cups of coffee between 5 of you. But you're not there for the shopping. Do you enjoy shopping? Yay or indeed nay? 03453 009956. It's not pleasurable. It's purely functional.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on. You do something to me that I can't explain. Hold me closer and I feel no pain. Every beat of my heart, we got something going on. Tender love is blind, it requires a dedication. All this love we feel needs no conversation. We ride it together, making love with each other. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other. From one lover to another. I can't live without you if the love was gone. Everything is nothing if you got no one, and you just walk in the night, slowly losing sight of the real thing. But that won't happen to us, and we got no doubt. Too deep in love, and we got no way out, and the message is clear. This could be the year for the real thing. No more will you cry, baby, I will hurt you never. We start and end as one, in love forever. We can ride it together, making love with each other. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other. From one lover to another. Sail away. Come sail away with me. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other. From one lover to another. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other.
03453 009956. Although I suspect for the last 35 minutes of the show we're going to be quiet on the phone calls. I've just got a feeling. I was surprised we got any phone calls in the first hour, to be honest. It turns out you all love talking about dog poo, and I think that sums you up. Can I just... here we go, Sarah. Can I... Oh, by the way, Kat just texted in. What about the Jedward twins? We're looking for good twins. So far, all we've got are the Proclaimers and the movie twins. And the Alessi twins, that's it. Jedward do not count. Ever met Jedward? They're weird. I mean, they're weird. I don't think they should be allowed on television. It's like Bedlam, like proper old-fashioned Bedlam. You know what Bedlam was? It was a mental institution in the olden days, and you could go and buy tickets and watch. I know! You could go and buy tickets and watch the lunatics. Well, Jedward are a bit... I feel a bit like that. I feel it's a bit exploitative. Anyway, they've gone now, so it's fine. Sarah says, Iain, can I say that I'm a twin, and twins are not freaky? Oh, really? How do I know this is you, Sarah, and not your twin? Have you ever thought that people who are not twins are the freaky ones? No, I've not, because we're not. We're normal. I'm a fraternal twin, and you can always trust it. What's a fraternal twin? What's that, Marky Mark? A fraternal twin? Does that mean that they're both sisters or they're brothers and sisters? I'm guessing there. Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking you. When I told you that this woman had been found with teeth and hair and a twin in her head, you went, was it alive?
Fair question.
It's a fair question from a 5-year-old or an actual literal plum from Tesco or indeed Aldi. Oh, speaking of Aldi, Aldi's in the papers. Where are we? The Sun. Twins, do call in, by the way, if you can decide which one. It doesn't matter which one. I'll speak to either or. I'll be waiting, says the Sun. Check out the queue. Clever. Clever words, guys. Hundreds line up 10 hours for... You can tell you what you can do in the last 35 minutes. What have you had for free? I got a free cough this week because this thing that Pret are doing, if they fancy you, they'll give you a free coffee. Got one? Yeah, bonus. Hundreds line up 10 hours for new Aldi's freebies. With the greatest of respect, how good are those freebies going to be? Hundreds of shoppers queued up overnight for up to 10 hours. Well, hang on a minute. That's not overnight. So the shop open... Well, I suppose... Well, no, it is. The shop opens at 8, so hang on, let me do it at 10. Dozens camped in Derby after budget chain Aldi said it would give golden tickets to the first 100 customers through its door. Ivy and Brian Bacon... Brian Bacon... from Nottingham, won a £120 television. Ivy, aged 20? There's a 20-year-old called Ivy? No. Who do you think of when you hear the name Ivy? Ivy Tilsley, of course. That's the first name you think of. 03453 009956. We got here at 10 and waited until 8. It doesn't feel real to win. Prizes ranged from TVs to £10 bags of groceries. Ex-Derby footballer Craig Ramage, 45, handed out tickets and cut the ribbon. He said, I can't believe how many of these people that queue up outside shops. And they had some other stuff for cheap. I mean, queuing outside, it's like those plums that queue outside the Apple store. Because, yeah, hey, guess what? If you order it online, you'll probably get it the same time as if you were going to get it from the Apple store. 03453 009956 is the telephone number.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get some travel. Here's Phil.
There are half-an-hour delays on the southbound side of the M6 from junction 10A at the M54 towards junction 8 for the M5 because of roadworks. Northbound on the M5 is busy from junction 1 at West Brom towards the M6 North carriageway. Looking quite slow moving on the Aston Expressway heading away from Birmingham city centre towards the M6 at junction 6. Not looking too bad on the M42 though in either direction. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Just listen for the squeak. OK, just keep your ears peeled for the squeak. Here's the news with Gareth.
Thank you. Good afternoon. A £5,000 reward has been offered for information to trace Wolverhampton murder suspect Dylan Jackson. Jackson is wanted in connection with the murder of Herman Louis Simpson, who was killed last Monday night. Ed Miliband says David Cameron is partly to blame for the migrant crisis in the Mediterranean. The Labour leader says the PM failed to support Libya and build stability after bombing the country in 2011 to help remove former dictator Colonel Gaddafi. The Conservatives have called his argument shameful. Around 25,000 women in Birmingham are the victims of domestic violence every year, with only a third getting help. The figures come from the Accord Housing Association, which says more needs to be done, and ceremonies are taking place in Turkey to mark the 100th anniversary of the Gallipoli campaign during the First World War. More than 140,000 soldiers died in an attempt by Allied forces to invade the west of the country. The weather cloudy with some patchy rain this afternoon, highs of 17 degrees Celsius. It will be cloudy this evening with some rain at first. Most places will become dry overnight with lows of 9 degrees Celsius. That's 48 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's your news for the West Midlands. It's 3:31.
On FM, Freeview, digital radio and online.
BBC WM 95.
Ah, yes. I mean, well, Iain, what about the Goss twins? They weren't good. Shaft, I had a row with one of the Goss... Well, not a row. I don't want to say I was threatened by one of the Goss twins, but it got very, very tense with me and one of the Goss twins. I had to interview them on one of them on Radio 4 about his rubbish solo single that was never going to sell any more than 15 copies, right? And I mentioned Bros in the introduction. You've got to. It's a Goss twin. What do you think you're famous for? And as I'm doing what I thought was on Radio 4 on Loose Ends, and what I thought was a very clever, witty, insightful introduction, he turned to his manager and mouthed, "This is a load of bull." He swore. He mouthed it. I thought, right, fine. Do you know what? I'm not going to mention your new single till right at the very end. A 4.5... It was so awkward. They never asked me back. I don't know if it was because of that. It was a 4.5-minute interview talking about Bros when he did not want to talk about Bros. And right at the end, I said, "Oh, you got a new single coming out?" "Yeah, well, we're out of time. The new single's called this and you can buy it here. Thanks very much, Ned." And afterwards he came and had a word with me and I hid from... If you've ever hidden from a pop star, I know, tenuous. I think everyone's switched off. They're having a little ear break before Franksy comes on at 4. Who could blame them? Who could blame them? If you've ever hidden from a pop star, then 03453 009956. Yeah, I thought so. I knew it. The computer that we use here is a very old system from 1986 called Radio Man. It's powered by a Commodore 64. And I just knew it was something popped up on the screen, and I thought, this is going to crash. This ain't going to work. Maybe it was disgusted by the hippie music coming from Steve Miller. I don't know. The Ed Miliband. I don't know. We just don't know. Hang on a second. Let's see where we should be. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Well, okay. Oh, somewhere. Oh, my screw. Oh, no, hang on a minute. Hang on, stay with me. What happens if I press this?
The general election on the BBC.
As May the 7th approaches, we're cutting through the jargon.
To understand what the policies really mean for us here in the West Midlands.
We're asking the questions you want answered.
And delving deeper into the issues where we live.
Election Night 2015.
On Election Night, BBC WM will be live across the West Midlands, reporting from every count.
Bringing you election results as they happen.
Election 2015.
Thursday, the 7th of May, on BBC WM 95.6.
Well, that was exciting. Gary.
Good evening, afternoon.
Good afternoon, that was exciting. The computer crashed. The whole of the West Midlands nearly shut down there.
Do you guys have Wi-Fi there?
Sorry?
Do you guys have Wi-Fi
Okay, Gary, come on, listen. Just because you're from that there London, it don't mean nothing. Do you know what? I used to live in London.
You did, I believe.
And when you live in London, you do think that London is the most important place in the whole world.
I don't think
I'm not finished. I was kind of doing a little air burp.
Sorry, yeah.
Then once you get out of London, you go, do you know what? London's rubbish, actually. And there are so many more... sorry?
Well, I don't agree with you.
So trust me, Gary, I was in London yesterday. It was still rubbish, right? You don't know it because you're there. You come out of there for a period of time, then go, it's awful. It's awful. And there are other places, guess this, there are other places around the country.
No.
That are just as good, if not better, that are just as vibrant, that are just as artistic, that are just as creative, that can be just as rude as London.
Well, yeah, that's
true. IHL. Do you know what that stands for, Gary?
Inner housing.
Try bearing in mind, it's an L, mate. So bearing in mind what we've just
housing.
We've just been talking about
I heart London.
I hate London.
Get it on a T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it on a T-shirt. Hey, you know the guy that invented that designed the I Heart NY T-shirt?
Yeah, that bloke.
He died penniless.
Really? Why?
As did the person that invented cat's eyes. Not the eyes in a cat, the things on the road. And do you know what? Do you know why I love cat's eyes so much? Not the things in a cat, the things in the road.
When you start running on them, that's when you should wake up and stop.
No, because they are okay, I'm going to say something that's not quite accurate, but you'll get. They are self-cleaning.
Really?
Well, not quite. What happens is when you drive over a cat's eyes, do you know what happens to them?
Do they... Well, I assume the water, if it's raining, the water from the tyre probably gets into them.
No, mate. No.
Huh?
This is the genius of a cat's eye. Do you know what happens to Marky Mark? This is the genius of them, right? You drive on a cat's eye, it's rubber. It pushes down. And as it pushes down, the actual glass... it's wiped. It cleans itself. So when it comes up, beautiful, it's clean. You got a fresh cat's eyes.
Why did that guy die penniless? He's some kind of genius.
He is a genius. He's probably ripped off. Ripped off.
He probably didn't get to the patent office in time.
Gary, you've called in for something, I'm hoping.
I've hidden from a pop star.
Oh, baby, baby, when I look at you, I get a warm feeling Who sang that? Baby, baby, when I look at you, I get a warm feeling inside. Do.
I want to say Shaka Khan.
What I feel for you.
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Shaka Khan.
Yeah,
Shaka Khan. It's Shaka Khan, mate. Nice one. All right, don't keep banging on about it. So, which pop was it? Shaka Khan you hear from, mate?
It wasn't. No, that would have been a good link.
Yep.
Dan. It was actually the honky tonk piano player, Late Night with Jules Holland.
You hid from Jules Holland?
Well, what happened was...
You've been slagging off Squeeze?
No, why would I do that?
Because they're a bit
what
overrated.
happened was, I used to work in West London in quite a posh place called Kensington.
Yeah, yeah.
And he parked, I didn't see him, but he parked his very nice Morgan outside our offices.
Okay,
and my boss was like, come and have a look at this car, it's really good. And he was showing me, and it was an open-top Morgan, it was brilliant.
And you got in there, you sat in there?
No, but my boss was like really close to it. And I said...
Hey, get away from my car! Go on, I'm playing Boogie Woogie! Ladies and gentlemen, Tina Turner!
I hope he didn't see us, but my boss said, quick run, and we ran back into office and hid behind some pillars in case he saw us.
I saw a comedian, so I'm stealing someone's out, and I don't know who it was, otherwise I would name him. He did impressions, and he just did a brilliant impression of Jules Holland, and the whole 10-minute Jules Holland routine was, yeah, Boogie Woogie, ladies and gentlemen, it's Miss Tina Turner. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mr. Bruce Springsteen? And he just kept putting his hand out and turning, and ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Shaka Khan? And he just kept doing that. What a wonderful act.
Sitting at a piano at the time. That would have been quite funny. All right.
Yes. Well, thanks for calling, Gary.
Pleasure.
Pleasure's literally all yours. Ian.
Hello, Ian.
Hello. I always get uncomfortable when there's another Ian. I don't know why.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, mine's spelled I-A-N.
It does make me feel better. It makes me feel superior to you.
I'm more efficient.
I would say, if anything, your name... I hate the name Ian. I think it's so naff. And I think yours is naffer. But let's not fall out over that. What you got for us, Ian?
I just wanted to say two things. First of all, I agree with your sentiment that London is crap.
It's rubbish, isn't it? Let's use that word. It's rubbish, isn't it?
Well, it's not the best place in the world, mostly because everyone thinks it is.
The best place in the world, of course, is... Ian, where's the best place in the world? Go on.
The best place in the world is... East Elmhurst,
Incorrect.
Queens, New York.
Incorrect.
No, that is the correct answer.
No, the correct answer is Tokyo.
I've never been, so I can't
Thank you, Ian. I accept your apology. Trust me on this one, baby. Trust me.
What's it like there?
It's like... Have you ever seen the film Blade Runner?
That's the thing, because I imagine it's like that, and I really want to go, but I don't want to be let down.
No, mate, you wouldn't. Right, so you're walking down the street. It's like Blade Runner. You turn left, you turn right, it's like being in the 15th century. That's what Tokyo is like. Blade Runner crossed with the 15th century. Perfect.
That's ideally the world I'd like to live in.
Well, then go, dude. Go and do it. I nearly moved there, and it's my one big regret in life is I didn't go and live in Japan for a year. Oh, man, how dumb was I?
I might do that next year, actually.
Good.
But my second point that I wanted to say is I'm not really sure if this counts as celebrity, but do you know of an artist called Scroobius Pip?
I do know Scroobius Pip. He's got a fantastic beard, and he follows me on Twitter, I was delighted to find out in the week.
Well, a couple of years ago, I think I saw him, but this is the thing, I ran away from him. Didn't really want to interrupt his mid-evening swim at Peckham Pulse. So
well, you didn't have to speak to him in the... And by the way, I've been approached in a swimming pool before now. Guys, it is freaky. I've been approached in a swimming pool and naked in a changing room. Guys, No. You reckon I don't go up to someone in the swimming pool and go, hey, aren't you that guy who used to be on the telly? Where's Daisy Donovan? Don't ask me how Ali G's doing when I'm naked. That's just weird.
Feel like if I was going to have that conversation, I would need to have a bit more of my flesh covered up.
Yeah, totally. I don't want to be wet. And anyway, so you avoided... Well done, Ian. You did the right thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what it's like to be mildly famous. I only imagine it be mildly less annoying.
I had a very brief flirtation with mild to mid fame for about a couple of years. Right, I tell you what, it's horrible. The good thing is, you get loads of free stuff. The bad thing, yeah, that's nice. The bad thing is, everything else, it's horrible. Luckily, no one recognises me now. So,
what's the craziest rider you've ever got?
The craziest what?
Like free gift. You've gotten.
Well, I didn't get massive free. I did. This dates me. The best free gift was a Dreamcast.
Nice.
Yeah, I know it was sweet before it came out. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
I
you can get Dreamcast games for like £3 now.
You can, Ian. We're going off into the world of geekdom, but thank you. Ranjit in Oldbury. Speaking of being famous. How are your boots doing, Ranjit? Are they a bit tight?
Sorry?
Your boots, are they a bit tight?
No, not really.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm all right.
OK, fine. Because I thought you were just getting a bit too big for them.
I'm not. Don't be silly.
OK, mate, no worries. Fine, go on. What you got for us?
I've just been listening to your show and the first hour it dragged on a bit kid today.
OK, well, the second hour was doing fine until, let me just look at the clock. Yeah, 3:45 and 20 seconds.
How you doing anyway? I'm going to be nice to you now.
Well, you just slagged off the first hour of the show.
No, I didn't slag you off.
Oh, Ranjit, I'm sorry, we're out of time.
No, you're not.
Radio Man's crashed. Have we got any CDs? That was going to be a smooth. Hang on, let's just try. Hang on a second, hang on. Well, that works. How does that work? But, hang on, no, don't worry, I can do some magic here. How does that work? But then, the Beatles don't work. Let's try another Beatles song. Hang on a second. Let's try, I got a feeling. Hang on a minute, I know what I can do. If I put the Beatles down here, beautiful. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Saved by the Hockey.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. Living is easy with eyes closed. Misunderstanding all you see. It's getting hard to be someone, but it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. No one I think is in my tree. I mean, it must be high or low. That is, you can't, tune in, but it's all right. That is, I think it's not too bad. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. Always know, sometimes think it's me, but I know when it's a dream. I think I know, yes, but it's all wrong. That is, I think I disagree. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. Strawberry fields forever. Strawberry fields forever.
Oh, I forgot to mention this story. I knew there was... Oh, man. There's a film coming out, and I saw a poster for this. I thought they've not made a film of that, have they? Because I remember... Well, I don't quite remember... where's it gone? Why my system of writing things down in the newspapers is absolutely atrocious. Where was it? Maybe it's in the mail. I think it's in the mail, actually. I don't quite remember this, but I remember reading the book when it came out, right? The Enfield Ghost. The Enfield Poltergeist. You heard of that? The film's coming out, the Enfield Poltergeist, right? And it happened in the mid-70s. Enfield is in North London, council house. I think it was a mum and 2 teenage girls. I'm not sure if the dad was there or not. And there was a poltergeist. It was a little bit spooky in there. And this guy, that was his name, this gentleman called Guy Lyon Playfair. I remember his name so well. I read the book. He went and he had a little look at it. And he came back and he said, yeah, there's a poltergeist there. And he recorded loads of activity and stuff like that. And then they've got a picture in the mail, right? And it's great because it's a picture of a teenage girl's bedroom from the mid-1970s. The posters are a treat. Biggest poster on the wall, David Steele. Not David Steele, he was a politician. Let me try again. Biggest poster on the wall, David Soul. It'd be weird if it was David Steele, wouldn't it? Teenage girls, North London, mid-70s. Oh, David Steele, he's so good! David Soul. There's also a picture of Joanna Lumley. I think I can see a David Essex. And possibly a Bay City Rollers. Anyway. One girl lying on the bed screaming. The other girl has jumped up in midair. The caption, terrifying. The moment Janet flies through the air as her sister looks on. Well, really? Really? No. The moment Janet jumps up in the air as someone takes a photograph, Terry.
Hello.
Hello, Terence.
Click.
Sorry?
Click. Smile.
You doing bingo? You talking about Brian Wilson?
You know, the camera.
Click.
Click. 66.
Let's have a fix.
Yeah.
Hey, I say 66. Let's have a fix. There was the front page of one of the papers yesterday. Yeah. Loads of pensioners are going to bingo, and do you know what they're doing at bingo?
They're not smoking spliffs round the back, are they?
No, mate. Even worse, they're doing cocaine.
Oh, no.
Loads of pensioners are doing cocaine in bingo halls up and down the country.
Oh,
and they're having a go at the youngsters. I nearly said us, as though I were a youngster. Oh, if only it were true, Terence.
I don't mind the occasional smoke, but I draw the... Oh, no, that's not meant to be a pun.
We don't.
I draw the line there.
Good. Well, that's the point, Terry. They do draw the line. We don't condone any drug taking here. Drug taking, it's also boring and dull. Come on, guys.
Oh, no. OK, let me recommend 2 books they can read instead of snorting it.
That's why they need. That's why they're doing like 15 different cards at once, and they've got 4 marker pens on the go.
Yeah, but that slows you down. That does.
The cocaine will speed you. Anyway, let's not argue about the ins and outs of various chemical imbibements. Yeah. Go on, Terence.
Did you ever get that picture?
What? No. Okay. You sent a letter. No, never got it.
OK, never mind. Now, the 2 books I will recommend highly, both by the same author.
Is one the Bible and one the Quran?
No.
Oh.
One's Before I Go to Sleep, which was made into a film with Colin Firth and Mark Strong. That is stunning.
Sounds boring.
OK, it's boring,
well,
but the book's better.
What's in it?
It's psychological.
Oh, dear, yeah.
The film is... the book's better.
Hey, I watched a brilliant documentary, Terry.
Yeah.
Donald Crowhurst. Does that mean anything to you?
No, if it was Donald Sinden or Donald... What's his name?
Donald Crowhurst is such a good film. Yeah. He was entered a round-the-world yacht race in 1968.
Yeah.
And he was rubbish. He couldn't sail. So he faked it. Oh. He just hid off Argentina for about a year. It's such a good documentary.
Oh, has that been on?
It's been on my house. You got 30 seconds, Terry. Go on.
Well, there's no point in recommending Second Life then by S.J. Watson. That's brilliant.
Well, what is it?
It's psychological thriller. I can't tell you anymore. It'll spoil the plot.
How can you understand a psychological thriller when you can't even understand real life?
Who wants to real life? There's nothing normal about me. It's only a setting on the washing machine.
Terry, thank you. We're back to the old age pensioners doing cocaine in the bingo halls. And breathe. Fingers crossed this button works. Yes. The BG button never lets me down. Oh, man. Back tomorrow at 10 o'clock, guys. Let's hope there's something in the newspaper, shall we? Thank you, Marky Mark. Back tomorrow at 10. We'll come up with something. Make sure you listen to Molly before as well. Oh dear, oh dear. Do stay tuned. Paul Franks will be up in just a few moments' time, but...
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get some travel. Here's Phil.
It's slow moving on the southbound side of the M6 from junction 10A, the M54 towards junction 8 for the M5. Also slow moving out of Birmingham, the Aston Expressway, the A38M towards the M6 at junction 6 from the city centre. St Chad's Queensway also looking slow as you head towards Dartmouth Circus away from the city. Not looking too bad on the M42, but it is busy on the northbound M5. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
4 o'clock on BBC WM. Welcome to the show. Before we do anything else, let's get the main news with Gareth Ford-Lloyd.
Thank you. Good afternoon. A £5,000 reward has been offered for information to trace Wolverhampton murder suspect Dylan Jackson. Jackson is wanted in connection with the murder of Herman Louis Simpson, who was killed last Monday night. The 47-year-old father of one was a former music teacher and was found stabbed to death at his Compton Road home in Wolverhampton. Pauline Hadley is the regional manager for Crime Stoppers. She says someone will know where Dylan Jackson is.
But Phil, they don't want to go to the police to tell them. So if they don't, then we ask them to contact the charity Crime Stoppers, because we can 100% guarantee the anonymity of anybody who gives us information. We don't know who they are, have no way of finding out who they are.
A man from Stourbridge has been arrested on suspicion of Syria-related terrorism offences. The 18-year-old was detained yesterday at an address in Lye. Police also seized computer equipment which has been taken away for forensic examination. The man has since been released on bail. The Conservatives have criticised as ill-judged Ed Miliband's suggestion that David Cameron is in part responsible for the boatloads of migrants trying to cross from North Africa to Europe. The Labour leader said the turmoil in Libya had resulted from a failure to plan properly for peace after the removal of the Gaddafi regime in 2011. The former British ambassador at the United Nations, Sir Jeremy Greenstock, says Europe and the US should have given the Libyans more help.
We shouldn't go in with the military unless we have an idea of what the political outcome is going to be. I think the longer term sagas of Iraq and Afghanistan have very clearly showed that. And I don't think that politicians from either party can throw bricks at each other. They're both guilty of not having thought clearly enough about the politics.
A biochemistry student has been jailed for hacking in to the University of Birmingham's computer systems. He used electronic devices to capture the login details of staff. He then improved his grades from what would have been a 2-2 to a first-class degree. 25-year-old Imran Udin pleaded guilty to 6 offences and has been jailed for 4 months.